In this video, we will be looking at invasive species. An invasive species can be any organism that is not native to an area and has the potential to cause great economic and environmental harm to the new area. It grows fast, reproduces quickly, can disperse easily, and can adapt quickly to local conditions. We will be looking at the invasive insects, animals, and plants that are currently found within the French Creek watershed. Let's start with insects. Gypsy moths, stink bugs, Japanese beetles, woolly adelgids, and emerald ash borers are all found in the French Creek watershed. These insect species ruin important trees and crops and can add up to billions of dollars in losses. They have no natural predators, diseases, or other things to keep them in check. Therefore, their populations tend to explode. While they are small, they can cause lots of damage. The round goby is a fish from Eurasia that is now found in French Creek, some of its tributaries, and lakes. It aggressively competes with our native darters for habitat and food. Round gobies have big bulging eyes, a black dot on the dorsal fin, and a suction cup-like fin on the belly. These small fish were introduced into the Great Lakes through foreign ships that emptied their ballast water into the lakes, thus releasing small gobies in the process. They have very few natural predators, and therefore their populations have exploded. Researchers believe that fishing and bait release into a tributary is the reason that round gobies are now present in French Creek, where they compete with our native darters for habitat and food. Round gobies that were caught in French Creek had their stomach contents examined by scientists. They found that the French Creek gobies ate large amounts of small baby mussels. Therefore, it is thought that the round gobies could also impact our native freshwater mussel population as well as the darter population. Zebra mussels are also found in the watershed within our lakes and some ponds. Like the round goby, these tiny mussels were introduced from Eurasia from the ballast water of ships into the Great Lakes. They are very small, growing only to be about an inch or more in size. Unlike our native mussels, they do not require fish to complete their life cycle. They just spew out babies into the water that use their many filaments to attach to anything that is hard, such as your boat, dock, kayak, hip boots, fishing equipment, etc. They reproduce quickly and can easily take over areas, sticking to rocks, boat motors, clogging pipes, etc. They also compete with our native mussels for food and habitat, and often stick to their shells, making it difficult for the native mussel to survive. To keep away from spreading aquatic invasives like the round goby and zebra mussels from one waterway to another, please always drain and clean and dry your boat, kayak, or any fishing equipment, etc. Also, do not empty your bait buckets into the water. Throw them in the trash. The watershed also has many species of invasive plants that are causing damage to the native ecosystems. These natives often outcompete native plants and take over entire areas. While there are many invasive plants in the watershed, some of the most common plants found here are garlic mustard, Phragmites, multiflora rose, Japanese honeysuckle, and Japanese knotweed. Anytime you are near French Creek or its tributaries, you will find large stands of Japanese knotweed. Remember, non-native invasive plants can take over areas, and they do not provide the habitat and food sources needed for our local food chains. And they're very difficult and expensive to remove. So, to sum up, an invasive species can be as small as a microbe or insect or as big as a plant or an animal. And unfortunately, we do have invasive species in the French Creek watershed.